That's right. It is Friday night, y'all. Friday night. Welcome to the North American Racing Series Cup Series race at Darlington. Good evening, everybody. I am Shady Acres, and I have got a special guest joining me in the booth tonight. Good friend of mine, good buddy of mine, and the owner of the Phantom Racing League. And a special thank you to my good friend, Elvin Priest, joining me in the booth tonight. Elvin, my man, thank you joining me in the booth tonight. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm ready to get this race kicked off. It's going to be a very interesting race out there.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Got some big news about a couple of drivers tonight. Got some big news getting ready to announce for you. Definitely want to say thank you, Elvin, and the Phantom Racing League for being a sponsor and supporting the North American Racing Series. We definitely couldn't put this show on the road without you guys. So we want to give a big thank you, and especially here personally, I want to thank you personally about that. I hope you're not falling asleep on me already, my man. We at Darlington tonight. The Lady in Black. Very skinny track. Going to see some very, very tight racing, man. What are your feelings on this track? You like this track?
No, I hate this track. I hate this track, man. I haven't raced it in the next gen, to be honest with you, though. But in the old cars, man, this track was a demon. But nah, I don't like this track. But it puts on some good racing. I will say that much.
I'm going to have to use that. That's a perfect word for it. It is a demon. It absolutely is, because it's so freaking skinny, and then you got to deal with the glitch off a turn two, which I got a feeling that's gonna wreak havoc on some guys tonight. But I mean, everybody knows about the turn 3 and turn 4, but just being so skinny, man, and just very, very hard to pass. It's going to be very, very challenging for some of these guys. But big news, man. Big news for it as far as the driver lineup tonight. 2 heavy hitters are not going to be in the race tonight. They're going to miss the race tonight. 2 heavy hitters. 2 winners already. 2 guys that have won already. Parlay and Hockey Bukaki missing in action tonight. They are not going to be here tonight, man. That's going to be something else. It's going to leave the points wide open for guys, especially John Waterforce. John Waterforce coming in tonight. He's been running very, very good, very, very consistently. Comes into tonight with the points lead. He comes in tonight with a 2-point, or I think it was a 2-point points lead. I have to check up on that. But John Waterforce right up there in points. But Parlay and Hockey Bukaki both right there in the top 3. And both of them are going to be missing tonight. So this is a very, very big opportunity, wide open opportunity for Thart and Racing Propane especially to climb up there into the points. But you just gave me some news about a driver that's going to be in the race tonight. Who's that going to be?
Timmy's going to be in the race tonight, and he's going to be my dark horse out there.
Timmy Racer is going to be in there, my man. Oh, I can't wait to see him live, man. This will be the first time I get to see my boy Timmy racing live. Now, I mean, it's on a slider now. You know, it's not the custom like Phantom is very well known for being on the custom side of things. It's on a slider setup. So has he been working with that a little bit, getting a little practice in? Do you know?
I don't know any of that, but what I do know though is if you're fast on slider, you're gonna be fast on custom, vice versa. All the time, it just works that way. Me, I came from slider. I won championships in slider. I have 4 of them. But when I moved up to custom, man, it just transitions. You just gotta learn the setups and vice versa. You know, if you're coming from custom and going down to slider.
You're definitely right, man. And I've been talking to my man Parlay since the beginning of the season about the difference and how he goes back and forth between the custom side of things with Phantom and then the slider side of things here at North American Racing Series. And he doesn't have that much. He said he had very, very little discrepancy or any kind of change in that. I mean, because with the slider, it's already, you pretty much put it on your setting, and then you can You can just adjust it as see fit. And we're starting to get some invitations, so that means qualifying should be over. We're starting a little bit late tonight, of course. You know me, I got to be a little bit fashionably late, and of course, as I was trying to link everything up, came to some weird freaky looking screen, man. I don't know what the hell it was, but running a few minutes late. But they got qualifying done. I believe they should have qualifying all in a bag since I got that just got that first invite. So hopefully we should be going racing here in a matter of just a couple of minutes. And let me see here. Let me get
I ain't got no
on.
invites yet, but I'm texting Ed to see if he's in there.
I'll make we definitely obviously make sure that you're
Alright,
that
Ed's gonna send me an invite, so.
yeah. And so I'm just gonna bring it up because normally I'm on Parlay's YouTube stream, but Parlay not going to be able to be in the race tonight, so I'm going to be pulling up Racing Propane and AMRT's Twitch accounts. I got logged on to there and subscribed to them and followed them on the Twitch. So hopefully they will. I can get that going, and that should be pop. I'm waiting for those to pop up. See, here we go. They're already up there now. All right. Let's see here. All right. So they are not in the lobby yet.
You got Ed's stream, or are you going off of somebody else's?
I'm on. I got the Twitch accounts for Racing Propane and AMRT.
Alrighty.
So I got those Twitch accounts. So they did get qualifying. Looks like they did get qualifying all done and completed. So they're just waiting to get put to get added into the lobby, and then we're gonna go racing, man. We're gonna have a fun time at Darlington. It's going to be very interesting to see this race unfold, especially with Parlay and Hockey Bukaki both not going to be in the race tonight, which is really opens a door. I don't know if you've been able to catch a lot of these races, Elvin, but I mean there's guys John Waterforce and Thart have both looked very, very good. And another guy that's really coming along very well and is getting better and better every week is Racing Propane. Now, those guys in themselves, with Hockey and Parlay both out tonight, that leaves the points wide open for them to move up. So it's a great opportunity for those guys if they can get a good, solid finish to really move up here tonight. Now, if you're one of those guys, what would be your keys to victory? Or let me ask you this: what are your keys to victory to any Darlington race that you come to?
Survive. To be honest with you, just survive that damn thing, because it's a very long race. It's not like one of them. It's not like Gateway. It's not quick and it's not fun to me.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I mean, you mentioned it because Gateway is, I don't know, it's kind of like a flat Darlington almost, but
Yeah.
it's a lot, it's much wider, so you get to race a lot more. It's just Darlington being so skinny and not having very little room to pass. Just makes things really complicated, and it's going to make some tight racing. And then there's always the X factor at Darlington, and anybody who's raced at Darlington knows actually where I'm going with this, and that is that daggone glitch on turn two, coming off of turn two. It's not a question of if somebody hits it; it's a question of when somebody hits it. I don't know. I've been a victim of it probably a couple of times myself in races past. But we're gonna be finding out here in the next couple of minutes, Elvin, that these guys are getting lined up in the lobby, and the clock should be going here pretty much any time, man, any time. So we're gonna be going green, and we're gonna see how things shake out tonight. I'm really. You mentioned Timmy, man. You gotta throw him as a dark horse in this. Gotta throw him in a dark horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, really excited to see that. That kind of amped me up a little bit, man. When I heard parlay and hockey weren't going to be in a race, I'm like, oh man, that takes two heavy hitters away. That almost opens the door for a pretty clean sweep for John and Thart and maybe Racing Propane. But you throw Timmy up there with some of these other guys, man. Man, things could get real interesting real quick, dude.
Yep, definitely.
But Timmy, right? Get this. Timmy's on the pole. You seen that?
Like I
Timmy,
said, in transitions, man.
it is. It's already paying dividends. Timmy Racer on the pole. John Waterforce looks like he's starting second. Asriel Looms. That's another guy. Asriel. Asriel has been running very, very good as of late, also.
I
And
believe
he
he almost had
starts
the
out.
win at Kansas too.
What's that?
He's close. He was close to winning Kansas, right?
He was very close, very close. But he wasn't touching parlay, man. Nobody had anything for parlay. He had that thing hooked up, and he was gonna win that race, come hell or high water. I tell you that. But I tell you what, I was talking to him earlier tonight. He is chomping at the bit, and I mean he is itching to get that first win in Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
And
Definitely, it's
I'm
a hard
pulling.
task.
I'm pulling for him so hard, man. After last season, the first season, season one of Phantom, and watching him run up there in the booth with Timmy, and just watching him get better and better and better and better each week, until the
Mm-hmm.
end of the season, where he was just so close to getting that win. Man, I really can't wait to see him break through, and also want to see Hockey Bukaki as well. I mean, of course, I gotta be a little biased to my NARS guys, but I can't wait to see Parlay win in that Phantom League because you guys had another awesome, awesome race last night at Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely a very interesting race. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all I gotta say. Oh, Showtime Flash! I guarantee he would have much more to say about that, man. I miss interviewing that guy. Miss interviewing that guy. He came away with the win. Not by much though, man. I was pulling for Johnny Boy, my good friend, old Johnny Boy, and we are getting the nod to join. So did you get any invites?
Oh yeah, I got like five.
All right, good guys. I told them to make sure they always send plenty of them in case. So let's just going up and let's go racing, y'all. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Friday night under the lights at Darlington, the lady in black. Let's see who lives. Let's see who survives. And let's see how many Darlington stripes each of these cars are going to get. Always seems like my PlayStation takes forever and a day for this thing to load in. Come on
Oh yeah,
now.
definitely. Our PS4s are about to blow up. I'm not gonna lie. These things, you can hear them in the background, sound like a damn jet. Uh, just had one of our broadcasters' PlayStation blow up last week at
Oh no.
Atlanta for the pro am. That thing blew up and we lost
Oh,
it.
oh man.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we getting ready here. We're getting loaded in. We're about ready to go green here. Man, I hope I didn't put the kiss of death on my old gal play my old PlayStation. That's an old gal and she keeps kicking. Kind of like my wheel.
We got Timmy in the lead right now with the number one trailing right behind him, and seems like he has a tiny gap that he's starting to create.
That's gonna be John Waterforce in the one car as I just, oh my goodness, how did I lose multiplayer error lost connection? So that's why we get several invites. I don't know why that happened. But that's why we always get plenty of invites. So let's try this again. And I always like to say, bartender, let's do that again.
Well, I can tell you this now, Shady. Them top three are starting to pull from fourth. and they're starting to create their own little pack.
And I'm guessing that Timmy Racer is still out front. John Waterforce probably second.
Yep, and Looms in third.
Azrael in third to 22 in third. And I can tell you Racing Propane is currently 8th. P. Fulton is 6th. Zach N6 is 7th. Racing Propane 8th. T-Dog in 9th. And Snowy is in 10th. I can tell that right now looking on the stream as it's loading in now. Come on. Crossing my fingers. Come on.
Alright, well, as you're loaded in, we can go over our picks. We already went over our dark horses, I think. I know I chose mine, which was Timmy. I don't know about you, but
Holy crap,
I'm taking Timmy as a dark horse.
I got another multiplayer error, man. I don't know why that is happening. Alright, here's what I'm going to do, y'all. Alright, well, let's back out of multiplayer. Let's back out to the start screen. Alright, let's load back in. I've never had this happen before.
Timmy fell back. I missed it. What was happening while going through the field? He is in 5th right now. And the one car is taking over the lead.
Alright, let's try this. Alright, we're keeping our fingers crossed.
You're not really missing much either, just spreading out and finding out where they're going to be for...
I know, but my live viewers are missing it. I got 6 live viewers. I got our fans here that are itching at the bit to watch this race. Along with me, I can't wait to watch this race. I don't want to watch it on just the stream. I got to see it on this broadcast here and control this camera. But we got our fans, we got our viewers already live. They've got their brouhahas in one hand, their popcorn in the other. Now we're in. We're ready to rock. We're going. We're green. We're racing. Here we go. Timmy Racer dropped back. Looks like he's dropped back in the 4th, and we got a battle for the lead. Up front, John Waterforce in the 1 car on the top side. Azrael Looms in the 22 on the bottom side. 2 by 2. John Waterforce comes out of turn 2, got the lead. Let's introduce these guys to you. In the 1 car, John Waterforce driving that 1 car Chevy in the lead currently. Next up, Azrael Looms driving that 22 Pennzoil Ford, currently driving back in 4th position. Aussie Rules in the 14, another guy that I forgot to mention. Been looking really, really good as of late. Aussie Rules driving that 14 Ford. Next up, Racing Propane, driving that 16 machine. He's looking good. He's looking for a win tonight at Darlington. Next up, Thart in the 12 car, one of our points leaders. He's looking to make it to capitalize on the absence of parlay and hockey in that 12 car. He's driving in the top 5 already. In that 12 car is Thart. Next up, Zach N6 in his 5 car as he's now taking a peek on the inside of the 16 of Racing Propane. Zach N6 driving that number 5. P. Fulton in the 4 car. We all know who drives that 4 car, but it's not who you think. It's P. Fulton driving that 4 car. And everybody knows I was talking about that guy Favre. Anyway, it is Fulton driving that 4 car tonight. Next up, Snowy in the 48. Snowy driving this 48, currently in the top 10, looking to move up in that 48 car. Let's see how he does tonight. T-Dog in the number 7 car. T-Dog has been looking good as the season has gone on, getting better and better. Driving in the top 10 tonight, driving that number 7 car is T-Dog. MFF Edo in the 44. I don't know if this is a strategy or not, but he's hanging back. He's all by himself driving that 44. I want to see Edo get up there, man. Come on, Edo driving that 44. Rhinoff in the 24. Rhinoff, he's had some good runs this year already. He's looking to make another one here at Darlington tonight in the 24. JBSR in the 15. Welcome to the NARS, my friend. JBSR 15 driving that Ford. AMR4RT in the 99. He's going to be one to reckon with as well. He's driving by himself. He's all the way back. He's going to have the leaders coming back down on him here real quick. He's got to get that pedal to the metal and get going. He's in the 99. And that is our field as we join back up here with Timmy Racer in the 22, as he is right behind the 22 of Azriel and 14 of Aussie Rules, as John Waterforce in the 1 is starting to check out.
Oh yeah, definitely creating a gap from all the other guys. It's going to be interesting what happens when that 2 car gets past everyone, or if, you know, these guys just shuffle out and we see who can catch that number 1 car.
As they get in line now, Timmy Racer makes the pass on Aussie Rules, and Thart in the 12 car trying to follow in suit. And he makes the pass, putting Aussie Rules back to 5th position. As you see Timmy Racer and Azriel trying to hook up here and get that draft going so they can reel that 1 car of John Waterforce back in. And everybody is chasing this 1 car. John Waterforce having a great year, starting the year, as they are coming up on AM4RT in the 99. Oh, a little contact made.
Oh, in the wall.
The 99 dips down to the apron to get out of the way out of respect. But there's where we see it, Timmy. We just saw it already. That skinny Darlington track already causing almost mayhem.
As you can see, we got 2, 3, and 4 all teammates trailing behind this number 1 car, with that number 14 trailing behind that 12. They have created a gap. 1, 2, and 3, and it seems like they're catching John Waterford.
They do. They are. And they're going to have it. They've got his draft, so we have this 3-car battle for the lead. John Waterforce in this 1 car with the lead. But Azriel looms and Timmy right hot on his heels, on his bumper. And I think they got something to say about having that lead. Especially Timmy.
Yeah.
You know Timmy wants to get up there. He's his first race in the North American Racing Series. Glad to have him. An honor to have him. Can't wait to see him get up there. And you know he wants to show his stuff. He wants to flex that number 2 muscle.
That looks like this number 22 is trying to figure out the way that he can get a run and get by this number 1, but it's just so hard to pass here.
It is. You have to have... Oh, John up into the wall just a little bit. He gave it a little kiss for good luck. Riding with the 22, and he gets up in the wall coming off of turn 2. Give the wall a little kiss for good luck as well. Never works for me, though. I can tell you that much. It certainly didn't work for me the other night at Kansas.
I just stay away from walls.
I have like an attraction to them. It's like a magnet. Almost like a magnet. Kind of like what we just saw there with the 22. It just brought them right up.
Mm-hmm. 22, looking to pass this number 1 car.
Here he goes.
Bottom shot move. Going, and gone. He clears him.
And he's got it. John left open the opening, and it was good racing by John that he didn't push the issue. We're only in stage 1. We just started this race. No need to even push the issue. As Azriel Looms now takes the lead for the first time tonight here at Darlington. John Waterforce in 2nd, Timmy Racer in 3rd, Aussie Rules in 4th, and Thart rounding out the top 5 here early in stage 1. Azriel Looms has the lead, but he's got John Waterforce and Timmy hot on his trail, and I think they're going to just kind of settle in here. This is kind of, real early in the race, and I can see Timmy, he wants to be patient, but I don't know if patience in his blood, But he's being very patient, and I think he's just kind of riding right now. I don't know. You tell me. You know Timmy better than I do. Is he just kind of riding? I think he's just kind of riding. What do you think?
It looks like Timmy's just riding here, and he's just gonna follow and just try to just think what he can do for strategy, and because if he can pit a lap before these guys, knowing how much he can grow that lead. And knowing how, their long-run car works would be it'll be good for him, right now, this is just analyzing what everybody else has,
Yep. Absolutely. Especially these 2 guys. in the front, the 22 and the 1. And kind of gauging to see what they've got. And here comes John Waterforce. He's coming back to the inside.
I lied.
He took a peek down there. He dove it down. Tried to take a peek, but the 22 of Azriel, he kind of closed that door real quick. He said, you can have a peek, but that's all you're going to get, John.
If I'm Timmy, I'm loving seeing this, because I know if I'm Timmy, right when I see that door open, I'm going for it, because you're just going to keep wasting them tires.
Oh, yeah. And especially he's sitting right there in third. He's able to save some tire and also able to save some fuel.
Mm-hmm.
As we have all come to know.
Number 1 hits the wall.
Big hit, big contact with the 1 car. And that's going to give the second spot to Timmy right off of the gate. Timmy wasn't even pushing the issue.
You seen the door open and he took it. I mean that door slammed open. I'm gonna be honest. It slammed open.
Yeah. When something like that. John, he just took it, just pushed up, made that contact with the wall. He's gonna lost all that momentum. That Timmy said, "Hey, all right, well, you're gonna hand it out, Timmy. I'm gonna take it." But John was able to recollect himself and stay right there with this lead draft behind Azriel and Timmy for third. Aussie Rules in fourth, and looks like the 12 of Thart still rounds out the top 5 as we kind of take a peek around the track here a little bit, kind of see what's going on. The 99 has come down pit road, making an unscheduled pit stop, so the 99 of AM has some pretty good issues, as we got a battle back here, kind of in a mid-pack on back between Reinolf and the 15 car. Reinolf in the 24 is taking a peek underneath a JBSR. As we kind of look around, we check back with these leaders. Still 1, 2, and 3. Azriel, John Waterforce, and Timmy Racer.
You look at Aussie Rules in this P4 spot. If I'm him, I'm just thinking strategy, because you see the gap behind him in 5th place. That's a pretty big gap, where if he does, just pit a lap early, just to see how much time he'll gain, just to experiment for stage 2 and 3, it'd be a good thing to know.
Absolutely. And we've got 29 laps to go here in stage 1, so we're going to be seeing our first round of green flag pit stops here probably within the next 5 laps or so.
That's a lot of laps. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's a long race. This is a pretty one of the longer races of the season. And so I hope you got your popcorn and your ice cold beverage ready.
I drunk it all already.
As we kind of take a quick, the field's really spread out now. As we got some takers down pit road now. Aussie Rules giving up 4th place to come down pit road as he's making his green flag stop. This is a scheduled stop as they're in their fuel window now. Also, another car is coming down pit road, and that is MFF Eddo in the 44.
22 and 1 going down the pit road, and Timmy Racer stays out.
Yeah, all by himself. Hey, remember, like we were saying, man, he was able to save some fuel as he was just kind of coasting there in 3rd spot. So he was able to probably get an extra couple of laps just by hanging back and staying in that draft. While the 22 and the 1 were really battling that, but here they come down pit road now to make their green flag stops. We'll keep an eye on Timmy as he's coming down now onto the apron.
Seems like Timmy had a way better entry to that pit road. It wasn't as conservative because he ain't got nothing to lose. There's no points on the line for him. He's just here to win the race. That's his only goal.
And have a lot of fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a blast if we were able to get him up in the booth, I'll tell you that. So checking in with Racing Propane. He's just made his pit stop as well. Currently riding in 12th place. As things shake up right now, the 4 car of P. Fulton being scored your leader. I don't think he is pitted yet. I think he was one stage ago. And here he comes down off the bank, down on the apron. Ooh, get a hold of it, Fulton. You got it. And he fished it a little bit. Was able to get a hold of it. And here he comes down pit road to make his green flag stop. So things are getting ready to cycle around here.
To me, coming out of pit road, you can see the 22 and the 1 car trailing behind him. Will they get by him in the 22 and the 1 car pass him successfully? But you got to remember, this number 2 car has 1 lap fresher tires than these 2. Will he run him down, and will this help him at the end of the stage to get the stage win?
Yep.
You're not supposed to answer it.
Well, what Timmy wants now, I know Timmy is hoping that 1 car and that 22 get side by side a little bit and give him a little help to catch up. And I thought John Waterforce, he's wanting to get that lead. You can almost kind of tell. But having that draft, now let me ask you this: where they're riding right now, will Timmy be able to catch up to him, or is that draft going to keep him just out of reach?
Well, if you remember in the beginning of the stage when they were all together, it seemed like Timmy wasn't gaining and he wasn't losing on them. So you can only imagine how much faster it'd be with fresher tires when the long run comes. I'm saying right now they're going to stay even, but as the long run goes on, I think that's when you're going to see the difference between a lap fresher tires and, yeah, them.
Yep. Especially as now here comes John Waterforce taking another peek to the inside. Wasn't able to get the momentum that he wanted, but here he goes diving down into turn 1. He's trying to get this lead. John Waterforce is pushing it. You know he's trying to get this lead. He's trying to get the run and the momentum that he wants off the corner. As he takes a peek down to the inside here underneath of the 22 now in turn 3. Maybe gives a little tap to his bumper, let him know that he's there and say, hey man, either pick it up or get out of my way because I want that lead back. The 22's got something to say about that, but just that little bit of racing and that lap fresher tires, and Timmy is closing in now. And Timmy gets a little bit loose coming off of turn 4.
Makes me think if he did any adjustments to that car.
As these leaders are now catching up to the 44 car of Eddo. And Ed in the 44 car, knowing him, he's not gonna throw a monkey in the wrench. He's gonna let these guys just go right on around them. As they come off of turn 2, he dives down to the bottom and gives them the whole entire racetrack. Mad respect, much of respect. Hats off, tip of the hat to Ed. As these guys, as John Waterforce now he makes his move. And I think he's going to have him this time as he dives down to turn 1 and makes the pass on the 22. Put John Waterforce back to the point on the 1 car. The 22 car got a little bit loose coming off of turn 2. And he looked in that mirror and he saw the 2 car, Timmy Racer, right on his tail. And now he's going to kick it in their high gear a little bit. John Waterforce drifts up just a little bit. That 1 car is looking really, really strong, along with that 22 and the 2. Here's your top 3, with Aussie Rules now still in 4th. Thart in the 12 car is 5th. Zach is 6th. Racing Propane is 7th. Snowy is 8th. And T-Dog currently in 9th. And that's the top 9 running order. As you see, Thart and Zach both with clean racetrack, nobody around them. And the same with Racing Propane as he's coming up on some lap traffic. Aussie Rules as well. And there you see the interval between the top 3 and Aussie Rules, as Aussie currently running in 4th spot. And there's the interval, about a half a straightaway, a little bit more, on this 14 car. And this 14 car definitely would love to see those top 3 start trading paint and start trading spaces a little bit. As the top three now kind of starting to separate, and it's kind of settling in a little bit. Got a little bit of wear on these tires, and kind of just, I think they're kind of settling in and riding this one out here as stage one is starting to wear on here, as I'll get a lap count the next time by. As they come off the corner. Coming off of turn 4, John got a little bit loose, but that's alright, as we've got 15 laps to go in stage 1. So they should be good till the end on fuel and tires, or you think that only the one stop will be needed for this if they got 15 to go, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I think they're good. I don't see them pitting again because I'm not 100% sure on like the fuel run and how much fuel they get because I haven't raced Darlington myself. But I could have sworn it was like 25 laps or like 27 or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was in the upper 20s, depending upon their stop and stuff like that. I think it was up in their upper 20s. So the fuel and tires definitely should not be an issue, unless the 99. The 99 did pit really, really early. He might have an issue with that, but I think everybody else is pretty much to the good, as they now pass the 4 car of P. Fulton and put Fulton a lap down in the 4 car. Now as we ride with John Waterforce and looking off of his roof and off the hood, looking straight down the straightaway, not seeing any more lap traffic for a good little ways. So P. Fulton in the 4 car, hoping these last 13, 14 laps click off pretty well, pretty quickly, so he'd be able to get that lucky dog and free pass at the end of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, John Waterforce, Asriel Looms, and Timmy Racer, this top 3, have been nose to tail since the drop of the green flag. And John Waterforce definitely, probably more than any other driver wants to get this W. If for the only reason because those two heavy hitters of Parlay and Hockey Bukaki, both not in the race tonight. So it's left open, the points race, wide open for John Waterforce, who is in the top 3 in points. So if he's able to capitalize on a points night, if he's able to win both stages and sweep the race, he could really, really come out the biggest winner of this weekend going into next week.
You gotta remember, back at Kansas, I think he had an issue where he didn't finish the race to the end. I don't remember exactly what stage or what happened, but I know he joined you in the booth, and he had an issue on track, so he lost points there too.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did. He had some kind of engine failure or something. Had to take it behind the wall, and had to take it behind the wall kind of early too. And here we go, as the 22 now takes a look to the top side. The 1 car, John Waterforce, got a little bit of loose, and here comes Timmy now in the 2 car, looking underneath the Asriel.
Oh my goodness,
here he comes. He's going to make the pass out of turn 3 and turn 4. He's going to make the pass for second.
He clears him.
Or I'm sorry, out of 1 and 2. They're going into turn 3 and 4. Now Timmy in the 2 car is setting his sights on the 1 car. And you know Timmy wants to get some wins. He'll take the stage. He'll fight for this stage win, points or no points. He's gonna go get this thing if he can.
And I think this is where the tires are showing that 1 lap difference. Because you can see this 22 car falling back little by little, but I don't think the gap's gonna get any bigger than that. Now Timmy sets his eyes on this number 1 car.
Oh, he's got him in the crosshairs right now. He's got him in the crosshairs, as we've got 6 laps to go. So the next time by, there'll only be 5 laps to go in stage 1. And Timmy really, really wants it. Now we'll see if he's able to get it, or if John's going to be able to hold him off. As they're coming up on Reinov now in the 24.
Do you think that these lap cars are going to cause an issue where Timmy's going to be right up on the bumper of that number 1 car, and maybe Timmy uses the lap car as a pick to get by this number 1 car?
I don't see it happening, because these guys have been very, very respectful in the fact that once the leaders come right up on them, they dive right down to the apron or way up top of the racetrack and respectfully don't play a part in it. They don't, they've. I don't know if it's a gentleman's rule between the drivers in North American Racing Series, but whenever the leaders come up on a lap car, that especially if there's a battle for the lead, as we see now, here comes Timmy looking on the inside, not able to make it as the laps are starting to get winding down. But like I was saying, that they're very, very good, very, very respectful as far as when the leaders are coming up and there's a battle for it, they quickly get out of the way.
24 hits the wall.
24, like you say, he knows he can go a lap down with a matter of about 4 laps left to go, and he'll be all right as far as getting his lap back, getting the free pass. But I can tell you, the 4 car Fulton, who's currently in a lucky dog spot right now, is hoping that he doesn't with 2 laps to go.
Oh, yeah. This 24 car still hasn't moved out of the way, and Timmy he's close to that number 1. And how many laps are left? Do you know?
This is the last lap. This is the white flag on stage 1.
Yeah, that 24 ain't getting out of the way. He's going to try to survive it.
As a matter of fact, he had different plans. His plan looked like he was going to use the draft and try to catch up to this 15 car. Here comes
block
Timmy.
Action.
Looking under.
Making him.
John throwing what a block by John. Blocked him on the bottom, blocked him on the top, and killed the momentum.
Oh, here comes
Timmy. Comes to the line.
I think the 1 car got it.
The 1 car got it. John just got it. Reinov able to stay on the lead lap. The 4 car of P. Fulton, the lucky dog. But John Waterforce holds on to stage 1 by a nose. And I mean literally by a nose of the car. Timmy had a great run coming off of turn 4, got the momentum that he needed, and took it all the way down to the apron, and came up probably tenths of a second short, if not hundredths. But John Waterforce takes the win in stage 1. Timmy Racer in second. Asriel Looms in third. Thark finishes 4th. Zach in 5th. Racing Propane comes back and grabs 6th. D-Dog in 7th. Snowy in 8th. Aussie Rules drop back to 9th. And JSBR is in 10th with Reinov in 11th. And P. Fulton rounds out the top 12. But now,
the field's stacked.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Elvin. Now this is going to be the interesting that you finished second, but do you have the preferred lane here in stage 2 on top?
Nah, the 1 car shouldn't go up in front of him because of how much lower that car is. You can see the 22 getting by Timmy too. That's I wasn't expecting that. But now with this field stacked up, you got the 12 right on Timmy's bumper. I know the race just started, but maybe he might stay with them. I don't know, because they had time to adjust the cars and get a feel for the track, so we might see something different than we saw in the ending of stage 1.
Absolutely, and I mean, especially, they only had the 1 green flag stop in stage 1 to make some kind of adjustments, And now being at the end of that stage one and having another opportunity to make another couple adjustments, interesting to see. And especially, oh, we got a little contact there between Racing Propane and T-Dog. And also the 4-car, we got cars backing around. We got a wreck in the back between Fulton and Edo. The 44 got some heavy damage. This is bringing out the caution. Caution is out. Reinolf in the 24 also was involved. He's got heavy damage to the rear of that 24 machine. And that's gonna be a saving grace for some of these guys a lap down.
Seems like Ed's gonna get his lap back right here.
Yeah, and he goes to get that lap back as Reinov and the 44 and the 4-car all involved in this first caution. The 4-car of Fulton, I don't see any damage to the 4-car. Maybe a little wrinkle in the hood, but that's about it. The 24 car has got some major damage to the rear. The 44 of Ed has got some considerable damage here to the front hood of that car. So with him getting that lap back, you know, he'll be back into the pit road and getting some stuff fixed up and banged out, get some sheet metal bent back into place.
I don't know about everybody else, but if I'm all of them, I'm taking tires because this track just eats tires, man.
Oh, absolutely, man.
It's similar to Atlanta, but not as bad.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, man. Anytime that I've raced here, every single pit stop, anytime that I've had a chance to change tires, I took it. Wondering what happened here. I think maybe it was a chain reaction kind of thing because the back of the 24 is completely crushed in. And the front end of the 44 is crushed in, so you know, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I do like Sherlock Holmes mysteries.
Did the one stay out?
The one did stay out.
I
don't know about that.
It was only a half a lap, but I think it's going to come back to hurt him.
I do too. Same with the 14 of Aussie Rules. He stayed out, and the 48 of Snowy, he stayed out as well. Obviously, that's for a position because they were back 9th and 10th, I believe. So they were just barely in that in the top 10.
You gotta remember though, it's very hard to pass here, so it may work out for them. Especially that 48. You said he was in 10th, and now he's up to what's that, 2nd or 3rd?
Yeah, he's going to be restarting 2nd or 3rd with Aussie Rules. Now, Aussie Rules, he was riding in 4th for much of Stage 1. And I'm not exactly sure what happened. Maybe a pit road penalty on that green flag stop. I think it may have been a green flag penalty. Because I didn't see any damage at all to that 14, but he dropped from 4th to 9th. So I'm going to put my money that it was probably a pit road penalty that the 14 suffered, but he was back in 9th at the start of this. Now this really sets up. I mean, I would take it tires, but I mean it could work out. I mean, if you figure, you know, if you're 9th or 10th and you stay out, knowing you lose what, 3 or 4 spots. That'll still put you at the top 5, maybe just outside of the top 5, but in the grand scheme of things, you're gonna net a plus 3 or 4 spots. So it could very well just work out for them. But I tell you what, that's not what as Real Looms in the 22 and Thart in the 12. T-Dog in the 7 and Zach in the 5, that they did not want to see that because they were right up there in the top 5 when that caution came out, and now that's just going to create more traffic for those guys to get through. The same with the 16 of Racing Propane, who was in 6th spot. And now, let's see where he's showing. He is showing ninth spot for the 16 car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see how it turns out for each of them, especially if they go green all the way around for a green flag pit stop. That could really change the outcome here and switch some things up. Of course, you know what they say, though. Cautions do breed cautions, and they are going to be stacked and racked, and
Here they go, right?
yeah. And we're going to go
Oh,
green here, John
oh,
Waterforce.
look,
What
what?
happened?
I don't know what happened. Did they? Two people lagged lagged out
Yeah,
the same time or backed
they're
out.
all.
That
Yeah, John. I don't know. John's lagged. John's.
I think the lobby's lagging.
The lobby's lagging. Yep, they're all.
That
They're
has to
all.
be it.
That's it. Yep.
I don't think they're gonna call it a race here, but
I don't know what they're gonna do with
abracadabra.
with the end of stage one completed. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but they are backing out. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same here. Let me get. I got a message. It's red flagged. Red flag.
Emulate what that would be, and they had people who run half a lap and had people pit.
It is lag issues, and that is from the owner, Thart.
Well, they got to lap 69. Hey,
Yeah.
where's my phone?
Red flag is out. So we're gonna see. They're gonna try a new lobby. And which really stinks. Because with that, some of our live viewers said, man, rain delay, and they're going back to the fridge.
And I believe that race was a 184 lap race there, so they only got 69 laps in. If my numbers are correct, I think they are, but don't quote me on this.
Yeah,
But they'd have 100. They would have 115 laps left, and I do not know what percentage they'll be able to run that would get them that close to that. I would think 25%er.
I would think so too, probably something like that, a 25% finish to the end. It's all. I mean, it's all. Of course, it is already 10 o'clock. So um,
Yeah, I
it would
think
almost have to be.
Yeah, 25% is 92 laps, and I think that's as close as they're gonna get.
Yeah. And I don't know. Did they put the stages on, or they just break them in half and have a manual caution to break up stage 2 and stage 3?
And they could just, man, I'm happy I ain't in this position. Holy crap.
Well, hey, you never know. You might be next week. You never know.
Nah, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Knock on wood, right? It better not happen with Phantom, man. I'm too much of a fan watching this Phantom races, man. And like I was telling you, man, I kick myself in the butt sometimes at 6 and 1, but I as much as I wish to the good Lord I was up in that booth. When I'm laying back and watching those races, I love watching it as a fan. It's so fun to watch it as a fan, and because I'm able to cheer on, some of my favorite drivers and yell and hoop and holler and do the things I couldn't do if I was in a booth. So I have so much fun as a fan watching the races. But there is a part of me, I guess the commentator part of me, that wishes I was up there. But you guys are completely exempt from having any kind of red flag issues at all. I'm saying that now to the universe.
It's really hard to say what they're gonna do. I mean, they could put stages in at 25%, but the stages are gonna be a lot more
Yeah, they're
shorter.
putting it at 25%, 62 laps,
What do you
which
mean
is pretty
62
much
laps?
right on the money, right?
It's 92 laps. The 90 to
Oh,
25%
okay,
is
yeah,
92 laps.
they have it on a different track, so they'll switch it back real quick. All right,
So
I just got one invite.
if I'm them, I mean, they could possibly just put stages in at a 25%er and just not count stage one, but count, stage two in the last stage. I think that's as close as they're gonna get.
Yeah, they got
Which
stages on.
it's definitely gonna change the outcome of what it would have been if it was
Oh
a
yeah,
50%er, but it's out of their control. They can't do nothing in this situation. They can only do what's best that the game has given us.
right. But they are restarting. Um, Looking at the right now, the 48 and the 14, Snowy and Aussie. Those two guys, they stayed out with John Waterforce. Remember? Now they look like they're going to be restarting in where the original spot when the caution came out, which is 8th and ninth. Snowy is in 8th, and Aussie Rules will be ninth. So that almost kind of hurts them, but that actually almost kind of might help them a little bit,
Well,
actually.
you got to remember this. I mean, if they're gonna do what I said, stage one shouldn't count. But I don't know what they're doing yet.
Right. Well, we'll 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 find out. Always interesting. Always interesting on a Friday night here at the North American Racing Series. And thank you guys for the guys that are still on the stream. Thank you for hanging on in there. Considering, a little bit of bathroom break, refrigerator break, and a couple guys on a Friday night. They'll be back on the stream and watch the stream because things really started heating up there at the beginning of stage 2, and that caution came out. So we're just waiting for them to
How do you feel about cats?
how do I feel about what?
Cats?
Cats?
Yeah, cats. You like cats?
I love cats. I got my kitty cat, Bernie.
I think we should put him on the mic and let him commentate the rest of this race. Isn't that right?
My kitty cat, he's too lazy. He's already asleep on the bed.
You got one of
He's
the
a,
fat cats?
he's getting a little chunky now. I saved him when I out of a bed. He was maybe 4 weeks old, where I worked at, and he was born from a stray. But okay, now we're getting ready to go. But yeah, I named him Bernie at a Weekend at Bernie's. You remember that movie? One of my favorite, funniest movies of all time. But they're going. Did you get any invite? Yeah, we're good to join. Just got to go ahead now, and I better not get any of those multiplayer errors, or because I think I only got 2 invites, so I better not get any multiplayer errors on this try, because I could be myself and the 9 or 10 viewers that are live with us tonight on Friday night would be up the creek without a paddle. Let's cross our fingers here a little bit. But yeah, man, I got my little Bernie, man. That little son of a gun, he tries to jump on the TV and chase the cars when I'm in the middle of a race.
Alright, here they go. Back green flag racing. We got this number 1 car. The leader right now, and Timmy has made his way to second with the 22 following behind and the 12. in that 4th position.
And we are back on the first try. No multiplayer errors that time, and we are back at Darlington, the North American Racing Series, Stage 2.
And I would be honest with you, I think this is going to help out a lot of people because I know you can only move your slider left to right, you know, because it's not custom. So maybe people found out that maybe my slider was too loose, and now they were able to fix that now that this race is restarted, so we could possibly see some new faces up here.
Oh,
as you can see, this 5 car.
Good point. And I'm not sure what happened, but the 12 car got way up high and smacked the wall, and smacked it pretty good to the point where he's got some damage on that right front.
Yeah, he just pulled an RKO.
Yeah, I caught it coming off of the turn, and he got up and he whacked it pretty good, to the point where there's some obvious damage to that right front. And now the 7 car of T-Dog, he's going to take advantage of it as well and make the pass, as Racing Propane in the 16 already went around Thart and made the pass. As we go back to the front, and we've got a battle for the lead here. Here comes Timmy Racer. He's going to send it in turn 1.
Timmy's little bottom shot move. Number 1 hits the wall.
Just enough, and lost that momentum. He's going to drop down.
Oh, and the 5 car spins out.
There goes the 5, Zach.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Oh, man.
Well, I was going to say, look at that 5 car, but let's not look at the 5 car anymore.
Oh, man.
Let's just, caution is out. So, now this simulates the same situation that happened. Who is going to stay out, and who is going to go in? Do you think that Waterford's going to stay out this time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But they got like 2 laps in, and he seemed a little tight out there, but could have been just the line that he was running.
It's possible, especially when that 2 car got up underneath of him and he tried to keep it up high, and he came right down. I don't know if he made contact with the 5 car. I don't think he did, but it was just enough to where the 5 car, when he came off the bank and came on that apron. That transition from the bank to the flat apron, and John Waterforce is coming down pit road. But it was 2 cars that spun on the racing surface. So, by rule, North American Racing Series, by rule, when 2 or more cars spin out of control on the racing surface, and that can include the apron. If it starts on the track and ends up on the apron, caution will be called as it is, and everybody pitted.
Yep, and I seen that 5. He was running a lot better than he did the last time. I know we only got a few laps in, but I think we're gonna see more of that 5 car in that top 5.
I think I couldn't agree with you more. And another guy that this is really going to help out is Thart in the 12 car, because I don't know if he tightened it up on that rain delay or not, but he got
some gamblers.
Yeah, he smacked that wall pretty hard to where he got some damage on that right side, and this caution is going to allow him to fix it up a little bit. And
look who he got up front.
Yeah.
Now number 99 taking a little chance. I think he probably took maybe 2 tires. Same with that number 22. And look at the 48. 48's back up here. So he said, even though you guys set me back there, I'm coming back up whether you like it or not. And he's sitting in that 4th position.
I think you're right. I think that's a call I would probably have made myself. Is taking if you're way back in the back half of the field or at the tail end of the field, you know, you only had 2 laps on those tires, so the left tires are going to be pretty well. I would have taken 2 myself. I like that call. I like that call. I hope it works out for him. We're going to see how it does. As Real Looms will lead us to green the next time by. And we're going to see how it works out for this 99 car of AM4RT. Let's give him a little TV love with that 99 Comsco car on the outside of row 1 in the 2nd place. Let's see how well that does hold out for him. But I'll tell you another guy to keep your eyes out for, and that's the 16 car of Racing Propane.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that was my pick to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first guy that I thought of for this track, and he's having a little tough race, but race ain't over till it's over, so we still got plenty of time.
Yeah. And he's been staying consistent. He was running 5th and 6th, mainly 6th. He got 6th in stage 1, running very consistent. Was running a very good line. The only reason why he dropped back to 9th was those guys stayed out on that caution before the red flag came out for that delay. But here he is. He's already back up there in the 7th spot.
With John Waterford in that 5th spot, it just makes you think how aggressive is he going to be. But you got to remember, this inside line has had a major jump like it is right now, and I think that number 1 car might be able to clear that number 99.
And it looks like he's
close.
He's side by side, and the 99 slides up into the wall, so that is going to give him that spot. And we've got chain reaction, all kinds of stuff going on in the back. As guys settle in, but Racing Propane, he had to get off the throttle along with Thart in the 12, and they had to get off of the throttle as that happened. Racing Propane in the 16, and here comes Thart on the outside of 16. They are side by side coming off of turn 2, and Thart got up into the wall a little bit off of turn 2, loses the momentum and lose the momentum that he had. And I don't know if you're seeing this, but I'm starting to see a lag already. I'm hoping I'm not seeing. I'm hoping it's just my poor eyes.
Nah, you ain't seeing nothing.
Lag.
You ain't seeing nothing, Shady. You ain't seeing nothing.
And back to the front, and we've got that same 3-car breakaway. But look at 4th and 5th. That's T-Dog there in the 7th car in 4th, with Aussie Rules in the 14 car in 5th. And if those guys can hook up and stay hooked up 1 and 2 in a tight draft, if they can wait long enough, that top 3 is going to get side by side again. If they can stay in a draft and stay in striking distance, they can catch back up to that top 3 real quick. And there's Racing Propane right behind them in the 16 car. And here they go.
Pass for the lead. Timmy, bottom shot, going. Number 1 car under that number 22. Will he pass him off this turn? I think the 22 is going to have a run, and you can see the run. And it does.
Here comes the 1 car, makes the pass and clears it. Completes the slide job. The 22 got loose off the corner, was able to hold it. But see, there's that 7 and a 14. That's all they needed, was those guys to get side by side just a little bit. And there's T-Dog and Aussie Rules right there in striking distance. And here comes the 16 car of Racing Propane. He's not far off as well. Now you've got Azrael Looms, T-Dog, and Aussie Rules in a 3-car draft. And they should catch Timmy in the lead in the 2 car and John Waterforce in the 1 car in second. They should run these guys down here in the next couple laps if they stay in this tight draft like this.
It looks like Waterford is pulling away, but I think that 22 car will lead those other 2 cars up to the front, to be honest with you, because that 7 car and that 14, it seemed like they were catching them when they were drafting together until the whole mix-up happened, and we just got to see what happens next.
Yep, they stay hooked up like that, and they should run these guys down, especially with that 22 car. And we've seen how well and how fast that 22 car is of Azrael Looms. And he's got some speed and he's got some power as he really pushes it through turns 1 and 2. And is able to make some space, but if they're able to stick with him now, John Waterforce in that 1 car, we got a wreck in the back. The 48, the 5 around, the 48 spinning, the 15 is in as well. Caution definitely coming out as Snowy in the 48 has heavy damage to the front of that 48 car. And I hate to say it, but that 5 car got wrapped up again.
Who's in that 5 car?
Zach and 6.
Oh yeah, I definitely cursed him.
Yeah, he's got the whole front end of that 5 car smashed in, and if he runs the in-car camera like I do, it's definitely tough to see when it gets that bent up in front of you.
Even for me, man, I use hood cam. I use hood cam and just see that thing all crankled up. I mean, I would still use it, but I don't like that.
No way.
Oh, that was a in-game caution. Yeah. I thought that was a manual.
I thought it was too, but that was an in-game caution. That was a big wreck with 3 cars. But now everybody's going to have their pieces put back together as we're going to go green. Timmy Racer in the 2 car, take us to the point in that 2. As Real Looms could be the biggest winner here, but oh, John Waterford shuts the door. What a move by John, shutting that door on the 22 car. He lost so much momentum. The 7 car of T-Dog now up there in the 3rd spot. Look at T-Dog in that 7 car. That's my dog right there. T-Dog in the 7 car driving in 3rd spot.
That's cool, Joe.
Having a heck of a run tonight. The best run he's had all season so far. And he does have his back seat full of the 22. As T-Dog trying to hold up the 22. It's not going to work very well. Here comes the 22 of Ezreal. Makes the pass on the 7 car. And here comes Aussie Rules in the 14. He's going to follow suit as well. T-Dog trying to fight back on the outside. Coming off of turn 2, but gives the spot up. Doesn't give much fight to the 14. Still a lot of time remaining. We're only in stage 2. Now here comes Racing Propane in the 16 car. He's looking at making a move. And he's making his way up through the field in the 16 car. There he is. There's a 16 car as he's now underneath the T-Dog in the 7. Now makes the pass and clears him. And that puts him in the 5th spot behind Aussie Rules in 4th. And as Real in the 22 in 3rd, John Waterforce in the 1 car in 2nd, and everybody is chasing the 2 car of Timmy Racer in the lead.
Just curious, what draft setting are they on?
What's that?
What draft setting are they on? They're on low, right?
They're low.
Alright.
Which that definitely changes things up a little bit too. I mean, if it's normal, so the low draft definitely makes it more challenging, makes it more difficult for these guys.
Oh yeah, you can't even get away. It was on normal. That's why I was just asking. I was like, are these guys just blowing up their engine or what? You know? Alright, we gotta... It seems like that 1 car.
Ooh, get him a little loose a little bit. Took that air off of the rear spoiler of the 2 car.
Yep.
And Timmy able to regain control of it very easily. Not his first rodeo to the point, I'll tell you that much. Certainly getting the TV time as he deserves. Glad to have Timmy Racer here in the North American Racing Series. I don't know if it's a one-off or not. I hope it's not a one-off. I hope he sticks around and runs a couple more. I love seeing him on this track. In the car.
If you know Timmy, that dude, he don't go full-time. He just sticks around. He's just a part-timer. I'm pretty sure. If he went full-time, my eyeballs would pop out of my socket.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
Full-time. No, I remember part-time. A couple races here and there, but I love seeing him on the track. But yeah, he's gonna be full-time. If he was full-time, he'd be in Phantom full-time.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
He had the option.
Yeah.
We're seeing a repeat of what we've seen in the real stage one in the beginning. These top three just spreading their wings and they're flying, man. And same thing, 14 is in fourth, I'm pretty sure, right? That's the 14, yes it is.
Yep.
But Racing Propane trailing behind them with the 7, and they got their own little group there.
Yep. Now Aussie Rules in that 14 leading this pack. But that just shows how the strength of that 22 car, because remember, that 22 car was right here with this pack, and he peeled off of them from them and caught the lead pack, the top two, and now they're that group of three, like you were saying, that we saw in stage one. And looking with Aussie Rules, Racing Propane, and the T-Dog on the 7 car hits the wall, able to keep it straight, loses a spot to Thart and regains it, but lost a spot and a lot of momentum as he smacked the wall. And of course, it's a common theme at Darlington. They call it a Darlington stripe for a reason. And they say who, tame the lady in black. I forgot where they came up with that saying. I don't know where, I can't remember where they came up with that.
I have no clue.
No clue. I'm gonna have to look that up just for my knowledge. Anyway. Now things are kind of spaced out a little bit.
If you look at the whole field, everybody has separated. Like, if you look at that 7 car and the field behind them, oh my goodness, that gap is crazy.
Yeah. And looking here in the back, and we got a lot going on in the back here with Rhinoff, Snowy, Ed.
You got a 4-pack.
Yeah, all the way here in the back. As Ed up into the wall again. He keeps it up out of the way with Rhinoff in the 24, Snowy here in the 48. And the 99 of AM4RT. And this is all for position, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
We got a battle for the lead now. Number 1 in the 2 car battling once again. And Timmy clears the pass, and it looks like Waterford's going to look for a crossover. Timmy protects the bottom lane, and Waterford said, there's another lane there, buddy. And he tucks in behind him.
And Timmy's kind of giving a little taste of his own medicine there, because we saw not too long ago when the 1 car was throwing the block. Timmy kind of giving him a taste for his own medicine there a little bit with that block.
Looks like Looms tried running the Larson line here and tagged the wall, gave it a little smooch, and he's going to continue with his day.
Yeah, I was going to say, gives it a little kiss for good luck, but I don't think it gave him much that time as he lost a little bit of space, but not too much. He's still right there in the draft. He should probably catch up.
How many laps we got left?
He is right there, right on the draft, and the 16 car, he got out of shape on the back stretch. He got a hold of it. As we come around now, and we get a lap count, as we've got, looks like 59 to go.
Is there there's no stages?
Nope, but they did take the stages off.
Alright, so, we don't know when stage 2 is gonna end, I guess.
I'm assuming they will probably throw a manual caution.
Yep.
What they'll probably do is they probably split the laps in half, and after we had that delay and the red flag where they put it on a 25%. The 25% length, and I'm sure what they're probably going to do is split that in half and throw a manual caution to have the break between a stage 2 and the beginning of stage 3, and then have a shootout there in the last half. That's my assumption, but we'll see how it plays out.
Looks like we got a little swirly up front. Once again.
And Timmy protecting that bottom. And John way up high all against that wall. Almost couldn't put a piece of paper in between it. And now as we saw again, we're seeing again in this long run, the 22 starting to kind of weed out a little bit. He's kind of starting to back off a little bit. He's kind of... And now we got a change here. Oh, the 1 car got position now on a 2 as they go into turn 3, and the 1 car trying to make it work. The 2 car, Timmy Racer, trying to come back on the outside. Off of turn 4, Timmy's going to have the momentum coming off of turn 2, side by side across the stripe, going into turn 1, and John finally able to make to clear and take the lead, and now we are under caution.
I think that was the stage. Like, that was their stage lap. And I was about to say, like, they're battling very aggressive up there. I think this is getting close to the end of their little creative stage 2.
I agree, and I think that's absolutely right, as they are under the manual caution, and I believe this is the break for stage 2, and we will be headed to stage 3 when they resume. But this is the break for stage 2, and as they cross the line, we will get a lap count.
We can see in the back, it looks like Pete Fulton warming up his tires aggressively and doing a little dance, doing the work.
So we've got 54 laps to go as of right now. So when they go green, we'll probably have about 52. They'll come around one more time and send everybody down pit road. So 2 stages down and 1 to go. And as we've seen, you know, it's basically been between the top 3 cars, the John Waterforce, Timmy Racer, and Ezreal Looms.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 of them, between the 3 of them, they have dominated this race. Aussie Rules there in the 14 has been running a very good, clean race and been running in 4th position pretty much all race. Almost pretty much uncontested as the field is spread out. He's kind of been by himself most of the time. Just kind of hanging there. Thart is in 5th. Thart has been able to get back up there and get a top 5 finish in the 12 car in that stage too. So a lot of points at stake. But John Waterforce, if John Waterforce in fact did win that stage, and I'm not sure if he did, I think Timmy is going to get credit for the win. We'll have to verify on that at the end. But either way, if John didn't win that stage, still finishing 2nd is huge. Because as we said, 2 heavy hitters, 2 winners, 2 points leaders, 2 guys that are in the top 3 in points, Parlay and Hockey Bukaki both not making the race tonight. They had to miss the race tonight. So that opens up the door completely for a guy like John Waterforce to capitalize. And also the 12 car of Thart, who is also in the top 4 in points. So this is going to really, really shake up the points as after this race when we head into the race next week. It's really going to shake things up. And if I know Parlay, he's sitting back right now and he's watching this broadcast, and
he should be in the comment section.
Well, I have to go back to the comment section. I've been on the stream getting the lap count.
Yep. I'll check it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it real quick. As we take a look. Yep, of course. Yeah, Parlay is in there. My man. You know he was going to be in there. He wasn't going to miss this race. I knew he was going to miss the race, he told me. But yeah, we're going to have 52 this next time by. Now, yeah, he's watching. He's watching. You know he's going to watch. I guarantee you half of them is wishing he was in this race. But here we go. And stage 3, John Waterforce in the 1 car. Leads us to green. Timmy was in 2nd, starting on the outside, not where you want to be at Darlington. So Ezreal Looms in the 22, able to follow the 1 car underneath of the 2.
16
And
gets a
we
little
got
bit
guys
loose.
all over the place. The 16 car of Racing Propane got out of shape. Was able to get control of it as he is fighting now with the 12 car of Thart.
Bloom's going for the lead here, heading into turn 1. Give a little nudge. And they're settling back in line until this 22 gets another run, and we'll find out what he does with it.
And I think he's going to sooner rather than later, because knows he's got this 2 car, Timmy, right on his heels. As we ride on the roof of Timmy's number 2, probably seeing what he's seeing right now, if he's using his cam. But a very good shot, as the 22 is right on the heels of that 1 car. And if I'm the 22, and knowing how strong both the 1 and the 2 car are, I would try to want to get out to the lead as quick as I can, if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens, because now these
signed
guys
up for a run.
Yeah. All these guys are all stacked up now. See, the 14 of Aussie Rules right back up into it. And unfortunately, looks like we've got 1 car that's had to take it behind the wall and is out of the race. And I hate to say it, but that's the number 5 car of Zach. Has had to take it behind the wall.
Rest in peace.
I'll be with him. Of course, the way his race went, I would probably have the same thought. Had the same thought on dropping the sucker down in the first gear or neutral and just rev it up and blow it up after blow the sucker up and kiss Darlington goodbye. As we now got a race for the lead.
Look at this 14.
Gets up into the wall a little bit as the 22 looked under that 1 car. I thought he had position on him, actually. I thought he had him there.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Looks like he...
But now you got this 14 up here, too.
Yeah, Aussie Rules in the 14. Now it's starting to get crunch time, and Aussie Rules has something to say about it, as he's now hanging with this top group here, as he gets up into the wall a little bit going into turn 3. Come on, Aussie, get that settled. Get that back up into there. Get that 14 up into this mix. There you go. Attaboy, he's got the draft. He's coming on to the 2 cars draft there. He's got it. Attaboy. I think now we're going to have... if the 14 can get up into there, as now Timmy taking a look underneath the 22 car. The 14 car is kind of struggling to keep up to that. He's doing everything he can to keep up with it. It doesn't look like he's gaining, but it doesn't look like he's losing either, so... We'll get a lap count this time by.
There goes the 22. Another move on that number 1 car going into turn 1. Well, he looks like he's going to get him. No, he doesn't.
He loses the momentum. He hit the apron. He clipped that apron and lost his momentum. Oh, and up into the wall there goes the 22, and that opens the door for the 2 and the 14.
You haven't seen this 14 up here yet. This is his first time up here. Do you think that he's going to do anything with the runs that he gets, or he's just going to follow that 2 car as best as he can?
Well, if I'm the 14, and now as they cross the line, there's 43 laps to go, so they got 1 pit stop. If I'm the 14, I'm sticking on this 2 car and sticking in this tracks. Wherever the 2 car goes, I'm going to go as well, because you know the 2 car wants to get to the lead. So if I'm the 14 car, if I am sticking to the bumper of that 2 car, because that 2 car is going to go for that lead at some point. The 2 car makes his move, and I'm on that 2 car's bumper. That 2 car will pull me right along with them, and almost kind of get a free spot if I'm on the bumper. So that's what I'm doing if I'm the 14.
I think they're gonna stay like this until pit stops, because I don't know how much they have in the fuel run left, but
they should have a good little bit after that fuel. They should, looking at the stream, there's 23 laps to go with Racing Propane, and he's in 6th spot.
Yeah, we should still see some more battling then.
Yeah,
got plenty of time.
Got plenty of time. Got nothing but time. As we're riding with Racing Propane in the 16 car, currently in 6th spot. He's got T-Dog in the 7 car right behind him. And there you see the interval. There's Start in the 12 car, and literally in the halfway between the top 3 and Racing Propane. But Thart there is in the top 5 in 5th spot. As Racing Propane is in 6th. T-Dog is in 7th. Let's check back up here with our leaders. Check in, see what's going on. As Aussie Rules now has... Oh, he moves down. I think... I don't know.
Nah, he let him go.
Yeah, he let him go there.
I thought he was about to pit. I was about to smack him upside his head.
That's what I was going to do. That's what I was thinking at the same time. Like, what? I was like, no, you are not going to pit. You are not. You did not race your butt off all 2.5 stages to pit. No. Yeah, he just
I was gonna black flag him. I'm the official now. I don't care. I was gonna black flag him. He went down pit road. He was getting a black flag whether he's going 20 miles or not. He's getting a black flag.
And yes, that is true. As we want to thank Elvin Priest joining me in the booth tonight, and also Elvin and the owner of Phantom Racing League and sponsoring and supporting the North American Racing Series here every Friday night. And the 14 car made a treacherous mistake that time, got up into the wall, gonna lose that draft with the top 4, and is just starting to accumulate some damage, I think. And that's going to allow the 12 car of Thart to start reeling him in and to catch him up. So Thart on his high horse now to catch that 14 since he's in sight. But now looking back at the front, Azriel Looms kind of took a peek underneath of that 1 car. He wasn't able to make it, but he took a peek on it. But Aussie Rules is in 4th, Thart in 5th, Racing Propane 6th. Reinov has now moved up to 7th, and T-Dog in 8th. Let's kind of pull up Reinov in that 24 car, having a good solid run, as he had nothing but bad luck in the first part of this race, getting caught up in a few mishaps. At no fault of his own, just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. And got caught up, I believe, in a caution. We've had, I think, 2 cautions due to wrecks. As he's got T-Dog all over his bumper. This is a battle for 7th, as Reinov is now moved up to 7th, and T-Dog there in 8th. But a good run for Reinov, fighting back, as now he's up into the wall, and that's going to give T-Dog the spot as T-Dog takes 7th. Reinov drops back to 8th, but a good solid run for Reinov, fighting back after all the bad luck and the mishaps he had at the beginning of this race to get himself in the top 10 and now top 8, running in 8th position. Try to give all these drivers a little bit of camera love. But of course, let's check back up here with our leaders. Timmy Racer still your leader. John Watercourse in 2nd. Azriel Looms is in 3rd. Aussie Rules in 4th, and Thart rounding out the top 5. And we now have got 32 laps to go as they cross the line. So this next time by, there'll be 31 laps to go. They are going to have to pit one more time, so we are going to have a green flag stop if it stays green. And
If
that'll
I'm
be
one of these three guys, man, I'm gonna stay out as the longest possible because we've seen what happens when you have just one lap fresher tires. We've seen it with Timmy. Timmy had the faster car, but John Waterford was able to hold him off for that stage win.
Yep.
So just imagine what would happen if you had 2 lap fresher tires, you know?
He would have been able to take it. Now here comes John Waterforce taking a peek under that 2 car. Got a little position on him, not able to get the momentum off of the corner. Actually lost a little bit of momentum off of turn 4. Allowed Azriel Looms in at 22 to pull up on the outside, as Azriel now trying to make the pass on the outside, not able to make it happen. John Waterforce is able to grab second back off of turn 2. And Timmy used that little bit of racing to check out just a little bit and put a little bit of cushion between he and John. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now, and especially if you're Azriel Looms, who's in a perfect drafting position behind John Waterforce. If he's able to draft and kind of save some tire a little bit and save an extra lap or 2 of fuel to stay out that extra lap or 2, as you were saying, we saw that pay off with Timmy on the just having 1 extra lap of tire. So we'll see
Now with Timmy getting this gap, and if these guys don't catch him, it's making me think that one of these 2 guys are going to short pit by 1 lap, and I think that's exactly what Timmy wants. I mean, I know as somebody, like, if I got the lead like that, I want that to happen. Please short pit, I dare you, you know? And, that's so.
Especially here at Darlington with 27 laps to go, knowing that you can make it already to the end. I'm sorry, you're knowing if you're Timmy, you're begging for them to short shit. You're begging for them. Oh man, you're doing I'm sure. I don't know. Hopefully he's not doing any. What do you call it? Not the witchcraft, but the. I don't know what you call it. I'm losing my.
The thingy-majiggy.
Yeah. The hooga blagooga.
Yeah, we like that too.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I know, but here comes John Waterforce, able to pull right back.
Here goes the 22 into pit road.
He's coming down now, and I mean, in the 14 also as well, of Aussie Rules, so he's going to have a drafting partner. The 48 just coming out. That's knowing the 48 that just made his pit. So, unless the 22 absolutely had a pit, you know, because of fuel, running it dry on fuel, or
here comes
tire above. Here comes John.
How long can Timmy stay out? Is it going to be just 1 lap, or is it going to be 2 laps? I'm not sure, because these next gens, man, these things are like V12s, and they're actually V8s. They suck up gas.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. If you're not in the draft, you are burning some fuel.
Here comes Timmy.
Now. He got the 1 extra lap. We saw how it paid off for him in stage 1 to the point where he was able to run him down. And John Waterforce was able to use the track and a lap car in stage 1 to take stage 1 and keep Timmy at bay. But I mean, he only won that stage by hundredths of a second.
Well, you got to think, Timmy had that lead too.
Right.
And with them short pitting just by 1 lap, it's gonna gain him time. But you got to watch this 22. He pitted a lap before that 1 did, so I think he's gonna circle out with the lead, to be honest with you. And Timmy's gonna be in second, and Waterford will probably be in third. I hope my predictions are right, because it'd be nice to have a crystal ball.
I think you're gonna be. You just hit it right on the money, because the 22 of Azriel has already passed John Waterforce, as John Waterforce was just coming onto the track, merging onto the track, still not up to speed. So Azriel has a really nice cushion on that 1 car.
Here comes Timmy, and here comes that 22. I think Timmy's going
And
to come out with the lead. Oh, it's going to be close going into the turn.
oh, here we go. Here we go. He's
Damn, that
gonna
was one
come out the
off.
lead. He's up to speed. He's got it.
I was one off.
Yep. Timmy was saying, just get to turn 3, get to turn 3, because he knows if he got to turn 3, as real, you know, just in the corner of turn 3 and 4, had to, get off the throttle and brake going into that corner. So he knew he had to go lose all that speed, his top speed. So Timmy knew as long as he got to turn 3 and turn 4, he would have been all right, and he was able to. And he is all right now, as he's got a little bit of cushion between he and this 22 car.
I think 22 just got tight off the turn. And with the number 1, he had the closest amount of fresh tires, and I said imagine what 2 lap fresher tires can do, and it's simulating it right now as we speak. And I don't know what happened to that 1. My only guess would be is his entry to pit road was too slow compared to what Timmy had.
Yeah. And Timmy made a very, very good pit stop. John Waterforce in the 1. I think you could be very right on that. You know, he was very cautious going into pit road, making sure, 1, he didn't spin it on that apron, which we've seen many a times, and it's very, very common here at Darlington. When you get onto that apron, it's so wide, and it's such a sweeping turn, a tight turn at that. But it's very easy to spin it coming around that turn, going on a pit road. So I think he was being extra cautious. And if any reason also is because, like we were saying in the beginning, throughout the broadcast, that Parlay and Hockey both are not in this race. And Thart is 2 spots behind him. Parlay and Hockey are both were running in the top 3 coming into this race in points. John Waterforce was the only other one in the top 3, so I think he was using extra caution to not spin it, not get a penalty, and if it costs him a win, it's not so bad. He's got stage 1 and stage 2, I believe. So if he's got stage 1 and stage 2 under his belt and those stage points, of course he would like to win the race and have the sweep, but he doesn't have to have it because he's going to capitalize on Hockey and Parlay both missing in the race and finishing at least 1 or 2 spots ahead of Thart. So he already knows he's sitting in a very, very pretty seat as far as the points are concerned. So I would have played it just like that. I think he played it perfectly, being very careful to not lose any points on getting on the pit road or coming off of the pit road. I think it's very well job done by John Waterforce on that point.
And all Timmy has to do here is he just has to have no mistakes and just drive. He's been pulling from this 22 car, but I do think that number 1 car is going to catch that 22 car by the end.
Oh yeah, and there's still plenty of laps left. I'll get a lap count this next time by, but I believe there's going to be 19. I think there's 19. I'm going to tell you in just a second. There is... what was that, 16? I think it said 16. These guys, I tell you what, Timmy is setting a heck of a freaking pace, man. He is flying around this track. As a wise man once said, he is hauling ass.
I'd agree.
Yeah,
somebody got loose back there.
14 laps to go. So we'll have 13 laps to go next time by for Timmy Racer. He's not putting it in cruise control yet, but he's very close to it. As there's the interval between Timmy and As Real Looms, who's in second. John Waterforce there in third, and there's the interval between the top three. You see Timmy there, as real looms, and where John Waterforce sits now, with under 13 laps to go. And there's the distance between John Waterforce and Thart. Thart was able to get around Aussie Rules for fourth. So a very good run for Thart. Thart also kind of in the same boat that John Waterforce is in, coming into this race as far as the points battle. Oh, and the Aussie Rules got in the back of the 12 car just a little bit. Miscalculated his let-off point, his braking point a little bit. Got no harm, no foul there. But Thart also trying to capitalize on the open door of Parlay and Hockey Bukkake, both missing this race tonight and trying to capitalize on that points battle. So Thart really now trying to hold off Aussie Rules in that 14 car and trying to keep that fourth spot and keep those points. Right now, Timmy Racer has set sail. I think he's finally starting to breathe a little bit of sigh of relief, looking in the rear view mirror and seeing the distance that he has between the two. As now we've had this battle going on between Thart and Aussie Rules. Aussie Rules now takes back that fourth position from Thart. And just when Thart thought he had it safe, we got 9 laps to go at Darlington. So 9 laps to settle this battle here between Aussie Rules and Thart. This is for fourth and fifth position. As John Waterforce now starting to catch that 22 car, looks like. He's starting to reel him in just a little bit. I'm not sure if he's going to have time to catch him, as we've got 8 laps to go now. So things really starting to come to a head here. We're going to settle this once and for all in just a few minutes. And checking in with As Real Looms and As Real Looms and John Waterforce. John really starting to reel him in now. He's pretty much got him with just 7 laps to go.
If I'm that 22, man, I'm just holding the bottom and I'm blocking because you know you don't got nothing to lose but second.
Nope.
Just don't wreck.
Yeah. And that can be easier said than done at any point at Darlington. And I'm not going to mention that that glitch on turn 2. I'm not going to mention that.
No, we don't talk about that.
Oh, that would be heartbreaking, man. Alright, there's 6 laps to go now. So the next time by, there'll be 5 to go. I'm keeping on here. Oh, John Waterforce gave a little howdy do to the 22's rear bumper, letting them know that he was there. This is the battle here, as Timmy Racer has checked out and set sail and is looking for that checkered flag here in the next couple laps, as only battle right now with these leaders is right here for second between As Real Looms and John Waterforce. This is for second and third spot, as Timmy Racer now getting ready to come up on some lap traffic. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. As we've got 4 laps to go, so 3 laps next time by. And As Real Looms has got his hands full of that 1 car. And kind of.
Are you going to split him?
Yeah, there he goes. He said, "Okay, I'll do it myself." He threaded the needle, didn't he?
Is that enough time for these guys to catch up?
Oh, I don't know. The
Oh!
24 got the 2 in the wall. And that 22 and the 1 are catching up. 3 laps to go. Now, Fulton in the 4 car is a lap down, and he's in between Timmy and Ezreal. But the 24 car, now the 24 car dives down to the bottom and lets the 2 car go. And that'll set him sail. I'm not sure if that was a teammate in play there, but now the 22 is going to set sail. 2 laps to go. The 22 car and the 1 car have now caught the 2 car because of those lap cars. As we come to the white flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Darlington. Timmy Racer now trying to hold on to this win. He had it almost locked up, and until he ran into those lap cars. And here comes the 22, not going to make it on off of turn 2. Timmy gets a good momentum push down the backstretch. Here he comes off of turn 3 and turn 4. Timmy Racer off of turn 4, down to the straightaway. Timmy Racer going to win at Darlington. That got more exciting than what it should have been.
I thought Timmy was about to RKO someone, I'm not gonna lie.
You thought he was gonna what?
RKO somebody out of nowhere. You know what an RKO is, Shady?
No, I do not.
You have to look it up sometime.
Message it to me. You have to.
I'll send you a video.
Okay. Yeah, send that to me because I have to get educated on the lingo nowadays. But Timmy Racer holds it off, grabs the win in the 2 car. Timmy Racer, your winner here at Darlington, as Real Looms in 2nd. John Waterforce in 3rd. Aussie Rules in 4th. Thart in 5th. Racing Propane in 6th. T-Dog in 7th. Snowy in 8th. JBSR in 9th. And Rhinoff rounds out the top 10.
What if I get Looms to interview?
What's that?
Can I get Looms to interview?
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, and let some of these guys come in, as we've got another special. We got a special guest that's gonna join up with us here in just he's gonna be up here in just any second now. You'll recognize this guy. Who is that guy? Who let that guy in the back door? All right, here we go. It's real. Okay, and give my request. There's there's Timmy. There's Timmy, and now we just need John. What's going on? And is that the voice of my boy Parlay? What's going on, my friend? What did you think of the race as a fan tonight? Oh, well, Parlay is in the booth, and he said it was a heck of a race to watch. I want to get onto that. I gotta talk to him here in a minute, but let's bring in the 3rd place finisher, and that is a driver of this 1 car, and that is John Waterforce. What a heck of a race, man! What I mean, give me the rundown on this race, John. That was just a battle all the way from start to finish between you guys.
All right, John, start talking because Shady
Yeah,
just found
sorry.
out you just got here. You got to repeat everything you said, Shady. He did not hear one word.
All right, no worries. Then, Elvin, Thart just did message me. He wanted me to ask you if you could stick in here for just a little while. He would
I was
like
planning
to,
on it.
yeah, he would like to talk to you. Um, but John, you got a copy now?
Yeah.
Man, that was one heck of a race, dude. What a way to finish, come back and grab that third spot, man. But that was a heck of a battle between you, Timmy, and Azriel all race long, man. Tell me give me the rundown from your point of view on that race tonight.
It was like any typical Darlington race. Uh,
Well, I mean, knowing that Parlay and Hockey Bukaki both not being in the race, did that did that do anything as far as change your strategy on what you wanted to do?
no, no, I race the same way with if I'm racing against. It just doesn't matter who I'm racing against. It's the same every time I get on the track. So no, to answer your question though, it didn't change anything for me.
Well, from the points battle, did it kind of give you extra? I mean, did that play any factor as far as the way you ran tonight and being and trying to stay up front all night as far as the points battle and knowing those guys not being in a race and you were able to capitalize, winning stage one and stage two? That's really gotta that's gotta really help you in that points race tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. That's part of the motivation to go after those stages really hard.
I'll tell you, man, that was a heck of a job, and that last pit stop there. Kind of go with me on that last pit stop. Was that? Did you want to try to stay out with Timmy that last pit stop, or was that completely planned, scheduled, perfect as far as when you pitted? I was just kind of curious on that because we saw earlier in the race Timmy stay out that one extra lap, and that one extra lap sure helped his tires.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about short pitting him, and it didn't work. So that was planned. That was I already had it planned when we dropped the green flag for stage three. So that was that was what I had planned. It just didn't work out.
Well, it worked out all the way, throughout the end. You won stage one, won stage two, and finishing in third spot, man. That's a hell of a job. Congratulations, man. What a night.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And okay, so Elvin, take her
It's
away
my
for
turn.
P2.
Looms, dude, you had a hell of a car out there, man. You were in the top three the whole time, shuffling in and out. I felt like you had a really good chance to win. I felt like the whole entire top three did. Um, do you think there's anything that you could have done differently to change the result of your race, or did you like the outcome?
I mean, I guess I could have got on pit road a little better, but I felt like I did really good. And when I passed the one coming when he came off pit road, that's when I thought I really had a good exit off pit
Hmm.
road. And then the two got ahead of me, so I don't know. I don't know what I could have did different.
I think you had the perfect strategy at the time. You were in third place when you pitted, and I think you did what you could have done best. I mean, you had a chance to win at the end. I don't think any of us were expecting that, but I mean, you were right there, man. You were so close to almost getting your first win. You were right there. It's gonna happen soon. I can't tell you when. I'm always watching, and it's gonna be crazy when you do get your first win. I know you turned some heads. You definitely turned mine left and right. So congratulations on that P2 in that Ford Mustang number 22 car.
Yeah, thanks.
Uh, Good, congratulations, Azriel, man. That was a heck of a job. Well done. Real quick, just one last thing I want to ask. What were you thinking right there at the end with less than 5 laps to go when you saw those lap cars hold Timmy up?
Um, I don't really know. I was just hoping they didn't crash and collect me, honestly, because, I put myself in Timmy's spot because I've had lappers take me out of wins before, and that is just the worst finish in the world. And the 24 just on a straightaway just turned right into the 2 car, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So, you know, but at the same time, it's like, well, if I'm gonna win, they're gonna need to slow them up a little bit. But I don't know. What happened, and it is what it is.
Well, congratulations, man. You had one of obviously one of the fastest and best cars all night long tonight. Congratulations on getting second place, man. Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
And let's bring in the man of the hour and his first race here in a North American Racing Series, and comes home with a checkered flag. A good friend of Elvin and mine both, Timmy Racer. Congratulations on getting the win tonight at Darlington, my brother.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. Also, who let this guy in the booth?
Who let this guy in the booth? Get out my booth. It's my booth.
No, this is my booth. This
It's
is
Shady's
my
booth.
booth. I had to bring it. I had. Come on, Timmy. You're racing. You know he's gonna have to be here, man. You knew it. Come on.
Think I was the last thing he was expecting.
I got the word. So I got the word like when we were prepping for, I think, qualifying or after qualifying. Ed, who was in the race, said make sure to send Elvin an invite. I'm like, oh, really? All right. I guess he's here. Cause hope it was a good race. Got the pole. I was hoping I would stay up front all the way through because I felt like I had good enough pace at Darlington to get away, but that's assuming I would break the draft. I underestimated how strong the draft was going to be up at the front with Azrael and John, knowing those guys were going to be up there as well. And that's when it became a little bit more of a handful because those runs were building up much quicker than I was kind of expecting heading into this race. And anytime, like first stage, I was trying to make sure, just trying to get comfortable, because I typically don't run these slider races normally, especially at Darlington, so I put in a little bit of practice before the race started just to make sure. But once we got it to about like halfway through, I felt like I was right where I needed to be.
Well, it really paid off for you, man, because you were right there all race long. Now, with the pit stops, and you, throughout the night, whenever there was a green flag stop, you stayed out the 1 lap longer than the rest of the field, and especially the rest of the leaders. Was that completely planned, or did you just kind of go off of it and see that you had enough fuel and you could make it another lap, or was that part of the plan as far as getting that extra tire, or that extra lap of fresh tire?
No, it wasn't. I wanted to pit before John did, and he ended up pitting before me, so I was like, oh, I guess I'm going with it, because I was open to just stretch it out and just, try to nail the pit entry and just come out and have better tire at the end, and that's ended up what happening, and I feel like, that's the one thing I was really practicing for this race was pit entry. Because pit entry at Darlington is notoriously difficult. Like, it's such a sharp angle coming into turn 3, and you gotta slow the thing all the way down, make sure you don't spin out and all that sort of thing. I feel like I nailed it, right? I nailed the entry.
You did.
And I felt it. And then my pit crew gave me a 16-second stop. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, typically, I'm not used to working with the Penske pit crew. This is the first week I'm working with these guys, and not sure if I'd want to bring them back after that one because they had the moment to perform in the clutch and they almost dropped the ball. But surprisingly, I came out not only ahead of both John and Azrael, but I had like about a second plus lead over both of them. And I was like, oh, okay, well I guess. And now that I got the fresher tires, I'm like, oh, I'm smooth sailing from here. But 'Cause that's kind of what I need. I just need a little bit of break. Because it was great racing, both me, John, Azrael. It was pretty much us three, all race long. And
It
both
was
times, I
always
almost,
long.
for both two stages, I was hoping I could get the stages, like, just play spoiler in those as well, but I came close on both of them, and I'm like, alright. So, it was great racing by those guys, but to get to the point where we got to the lap cars with about 5 to go. Didn't expect that. I think it
Yeah,
was
that was
Fulton
going to
or-
be my next question. What was going through your
Yes.
mind when
Can't wait to hear
when
this.
the 24
Rhino-
car was there?
The 24, I don't know what happened to him, but he's on the apron. I think he had a moment. He was trying to recover. I already saw that I was catching Fulton in the 4 car. And next thing I know, they're both side by side. They're in a battle for 10th place. I'm like, really, guys, now? I'm just gaining on these guys. I'm like, alright. And once I get to them, I'm letting them know hey, leader's coming. Make sure to move to the side, get to the inside, and let me go by. And they didn't hear the message the first time. I'm like, alright, maybe I didn't say it loud enough. And I said it the second time. Fulton gets out of the way. Rhinoff's still on my inside, and he's holding his line. I get put in the wall. I mean, it was just hard racing at that point.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Caught that perfect on broadcast. So
I was like, oh man. And then I look at the interval. I see Azrael is 3/10 behind me, and that's when I look in my mirror. I'm like, oh crap, he's here now. If I
that
can
was
just
my next
get
question.
around
That was
this
going to be my next
24
question.
and-
How big did your eyes get when you looked in the mirror and saw that 22 right on your bumper?
Not too big. I mean, it definitely caught my attention. I was more worried about the 24 because I wasn't sure what was going to happen with him, or either he was going to mess up and take us both out, and John was going to get by and win, or just whatever was going to happen. I just needed to make sure that if I can just clear the 24, I'm good to go. Like I could just defend from there on out if Azrael has anything for me. Which, good on him. He was there. I think he might have hit the bump off 2 on the last lap. I mean, I think all of us have been hitting that bump. That bump is cruel. That is a cruel mistress, that bump in turn 2. I've been trying so hard not to hit that thing all night. Didn't hit it as much as I thought I would, so that's nice. But no, it was a great race.
It was a very great race, man. That was a very fun, exciting race. The people that were tuned in live, the 9, 10, 11 people that were tuned in live, they were having a blast, man. We
And I
had a
was
blast up
looking-
here in the booth.
I was
Man.
looking forward to it because I know I've raced with this is my first race with North American under the North American banner. I used to race it when it used to be called something else last season for a handful of races. So I was expecting either Parley or Hockey to be like, alright, I'm going to be challenging those guys. And then I find out neither one of them are there. I'm like, oh crap, now what? Because I'm heading into this thing thinking Parley's going to win this thing. Because when we did this race last year, he was lights out. And it's a shame he wasn't here because he probably would have swept us all again. But even without them there, either Parley or Hockey, I don't know how Hockey would have done, but knowing him, he probably would have been up there too. It still made a very exciting race with the 3 of us, even with Aussie and Thart, who were up there at points. Just great stuff. And it's so hard. Everyone did a great job just holding their line. No one was, like, running into each other too hard up at the front when we're going side by side in the turns at Darlington, which is so difficult to do. And these guys did a masterful job. And I feel like I did a better job than I expected because I felt like I was going to be the one screwing that up. But
I know, man. It was a great race by you and like you said, by everybody. There was only a couple of cautions, and we're just racing incidents. That's what happens at Darlington, out of everybody's control. Last question. When you knew after stage 1, you knew you had a great car. You knew you had a car that could win. What was going through your mind there when the red flag came out?
I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I thought we were going to be delayed for a while because I've seen these red flags. As I've called them over in Phantom lag storms. The lag storm was roaming. The clouds were roaming over the track. I'm like, oh, great. We're going to get the tarps out, cover them up. We got to sit around for a bit, try to get this thing back going again. Wasn't too excited. I was actually kind of relieved because I had a bad restart prior and got a little bit of damage. So that red flag was actually my lucky break. Because if we didn't red flag the race, I probably would have been screwed. because knowing how difficult it is to recover at a track like Darlington where you just can't pass. So if I was back there, I probably would have never recovered if that were the case.
Right. Well, especially when that, gave the other, like Elvin pointed out, that when everybody was able to kind of readjust their slider setting, they were a click too loose. They had a chance to change it and to make their cars better a little bit. So it could have gone either way, man. It was definitely. Definitely, I'm glad it did get restarted right away and able to get it finished, and glad to see you win, man. And finally being able to interview you for once, man. That's awesome, dude.
Right? How the turntables, a little different role
for real, man.
from what we're used to. So it's awesome. I love it.
Well,
But
congratulations,
also for the record,
man.
like I only made one wedge change throughout the whole race, just one click. I was on the same slider from start to finish.
Me too.
I was kind of surprised because I thought I was going to be working on it because I wasn't sure what I had. And luckily, what I had to start with was pretty good, so glad I was able to stick with it.
It was good. You hit it right on the money, man. And congratulations on getting this win. And I love seeing you out on the track tonight, man. And hope to see you and at least a few more races. Part time, whatever, whenever you want to. I don't care. As long as you see you out on the track a couple more times before the end of the season, man. It was a blast seeing you on that track, and especially getting the win tonight, dude.
Oh, especially now. I need Parley to come back. If he's back
yeah.
for Charlotte next week, I'm definitely showing up.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Parley this afternoon, man. He said how much he loved Darlington, and he was really looking forward to it. And a last minute thing came up that forced him to miss the race. But he was really excited about going for 2 in a row. That's for sure.
For sure. And it's going to be a lot of changing with the points. Top 2, neither one of them in it. Looking forward to see how that turns out. Appreciate Thart letting me race for his team as a fill-in driver. When the spot opened up, he messaged me on Discord, and I just said, yeah.
Yeah, 1-2 for Thart. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I knew that with me driving it, if I could get a good race, I would help close the gap in the owner standings, which I think that does quite a bit. So yeah, great way to go out. That's actually my second win in this league. First under the North American name. I ran the Charlotte Roval last year. That's where I got my first win. And I've been hungry to get another one. It's been a while, so it's nice to be back in victory lane here.
You got it, man. Congratulations. It was so much fun watching this race and watching you win it, man. Job well done. Just an excellent race, man. It was just a blast to watch. Such a
Elvin,
blast.
you got anything? I appreciate it.
Elvin?
Nah. I don't
Elvin,
got
you're
anything.
Mr. Commentator now. You got anything?
Nah, thanks for
No?
you covered it all. I'm being very cautious because you could just turn around and be like, it doesn't matter if you got anything and then get me back, but I'm not falling for that. It ain't that easy.
Yeah.
See, he knows you too well.
Well, now I wish I thought of that, because
I would've.
you're more the WWE guy than I am, so.
I'm not getting rocked.
When Elvin got his first win in Phantom at Pocono, I took the bait. I haven't been able to sleep since.
Well, maybe you could get a little, maybe get a little sleep tonight.
For real, I'm tired.
With a taste of
That was
victory.
a long race.
Yeah, it was. It was. Well, congratulations, man. It was awesome to see. I want to thank Elvin. Thank you, man, for jumping up here, keeping me company, and calling the race with me tonight, man. It was an absolute blast, man. Thank you for doing it for me.
Yep, no problem.
And also, of course, want to thank Elvin, the owner, and want to thank everybody over there, all the drivers and everything at Phantom Racing League for supporting us. Also, Nasrac. Those guys over there at Nasrac they've got all kinds of series going on, and they're just having a heck of a heck of a thing going on. Let me bring up Thart. Thart's going to come on up in here. And we're going to say goodnight. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, we are nothing without you guys all tuning in and being fans and viewing the stream and viewing the broadcast. Want to thank all you all. Next week, we will see everybody next week. Hopefully, and Parlay and Hockey and everybody, all the heavy hitters will be back. We'll see everybody next week. Timmy Racer gets the win tonight at Darlington. Want to wish everybody a safe and very happy weekend. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful night.